Hello everyone, back with us with Design for Environment. In this part 4, we will share the Design for Environment guidelines, rules, and conclusion. We're gonna start with the Design for Environment guidelines. Firstly, the guidelines in for material: avoid or minimize use of hazardous, toxic, or in any other way environmentally unfriendly materials. Decrease toxic and/or hazardous emissions in later life stages and/or decrease harmful emissions during production. Avoid materials with a high energy content, aluminium. Decrease the amount of energy used during extraction and/or production. Minimize number of materials used. Increase recyclability and ease the sorting process. Secondly, the guidelines for production: avoid or minimize the use of hazardous, toxic, or in any other way environmentally unfriendly materials. Decrease amount of harmful gaseous, liquid, or solid emissions during production. Minimize and recycle residues and waste from production processes, within the manufacturing plant or outside it. Decrease amount of raw material required and the amount of waste created by production processes. Minimize use of energy-intensive process steps, such as high heating differentials, heavy motors, and extensive cooling. Decrease the amount of energy used by the production processes. Thirdly, the guidelines for distribution: minimize long-distance transport by maximizing work with local suppliers and markets. Decrease long-distance transport and all energy use and emissions from such source. Minimize amount of packaging material and the number of virgin materials in the packaging. Decrease amount of material needed for packaging. Reduce contaminalia to aid the recycling of materials. Avoid use of non-appropriate materials for packaging such as PVC and aluminium. Decrease amount of toxic, hazardous, or also valuable materials in waste. Fourth, the guidelines for use: minimize energy consumption during use by using lowest energy consuming components. Decrease energy consumption during life. Optimize lifetime of product by increasing reliability and durability. Decrease need for new products, hence decrease material and energy use for production. Avoid designs with a technical lifespan which outdates the aesthetic lifespan. Decrease disposal of operational products because of outdated aesthetic design. Lastly is the guidelines for recovery: stimulate possible reuse of the product by sound constructions that does not become prematurely obsolete technically. Extend possible lifetime of a product, therefore decreasing need for new products. Stimulate possible remanufacturing/refurbishing by hierarchical and modular structure. Extend possible lifetime of part and components and therefore decrease need for new products. Stimulate safer incineration by concentrating toxic materials and providing easy removal. Decrease hazardous emissions from incineration process. Now, we move to Design for Environment rules. There are 4 rules, which is the first one is: create new industrial materials by designing products and processes with materials that can be recycled indefinitely with no loss of performance. Create goods and procedures that don't generate unnatural, harmful compounds that can't be properly handled by natural or industrial cycles. Create new natural materials by designing goods and processes with natural materials that can be fully restored to the Earth's natural cycles. Create goods and processes that use clean, renewable energy sources. For a conclusion, policymakers, consumers, and business executives are increasingly worried about contemporary products' environmental implications. As a result, product designers are looking for simple and practical ways to reduce the environmental footprints of their products. DfE is a product design technique that incorporates tools, methodologies, and concepts to assist designers in minimizing their environmental effect.